What's up guys, Brett Medlock here, and this is my first official remote play review. I had some people in the comments and in a PlayStation Vita Facebook group ask if I could start doing some remote play reviews, which I thought initially was kind of weird because the games aren't necessarily for the Vita, but I know there's a lot of Vita owners out there who actually use remote play often. And I'm going to start using it often too, so I can tell you guys which games are the best to play via remote play. The first game I'm going to be reviewing is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and I want you to keep in mind this is a review based on how the game plays in remote play, not necessarily the quality of the game. I might dive into how the game plays a little bit, but this is mainly about how the game will play on the PlayStation Vita. So one thing I immediately noticed about this game is that there's not too much happening on the screen like in some other third-person games, like for example like The Witcher. I just felt like there was too much on the screen happening, and it made everything look kind of blurry because of how small things were, like little icons like the map and stuff. In Hellblade, there's no icons on the side of the screen or anything. It's just a completely blank screen of just the gameplay, and it's perfect for remote play because you don't have to like zoom in and look at anything really small. Another thing in relation to that is that the camera is really close to Senua. Like if you're looking, you can see it's a lot closer than most third-person games. There was complaints about this on the PlayStation 4 version, but when you're playing it on the Vita, the close-up camera behind the back actually works splendidly because you're getting a more crisp view, and Senua's character animations actually look really nice, especially when they're zoomed up. One thing that I want to mention that basically goes for all games that you're playing via remote play is that when you're remote playing a game to Vita, for some reason it's a lot darker on the Vita screen. So always go into the settings and turn up the in-game brightness. It makes the game look a lot better on the Vita. I can't stress that enough. So once again, as you can see, I went into the settings, adjusted the brightness. If you're looking at the off-screen gameplay that I'm showing on the Vita, it doesn't really do the game justice. My camera makes the game look like it's way brighter on the Vita, but it actually isn't. It actually looks perfect. So one of the reasons why this game is perfect to use for remote play is the fact that you're mainly using the front face buttons. You're rarely using R and L, or especially R2 and L2. All of the combat pretty much just uses X, square, triangle, and circle, and you'll have to block with R1, and you can also run with L1. Luckily, there's rarely any use of the back touch, which you do actually have to use in remote play. There's some games that actually utilize the touchscreen instead of using the back touch, and it works a lot better. But in Hellblade, you do have to use the back touch buttons, which a lot of people dislike, but luckily, like I might have mentioned before, it's only for like zooming in the camera and like little minor stuff, so you'll rarely be using it. Now, with all this being said, while I do believe this game is perfectly suitable for remote play, the gameplay is really fast-paced, so if you have any lag of any sort with your internet, it can really tarnish your gameplay experience. This isn't like most remote play games I'll recommend because I usually prefer like slower games, like turn-based games and stuff like that. But the fact that this game just looks so good on the Vita screen, I can't help but recommend it. One last thing I also want to stress is that this game is extremely pretty, so if you do happen to have a really nice TV or something, you might enjoy playing it on that rather than the Vita. And also, the game must be played with headphones. There's amazing sound design overall. So that's all I got for this remote play review. Let me know if you want me to do more of any new games coming up or any old games that have come out that you're curious about. I want to cater to you guys, and I want you guys to tell me what you want. And I love doing PlayStation Vita content. It's one of my favorite platforms out there. So be sure to subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.